Today, we're taking you to Majuli, the world's largest river island. It's the spiritual heart of Assam, a place of incredible beauty and culture. But it's holding a tragic secret. It's a living Atlantis, literally vanishing before our very eyes.
So you have to ask, right? How does a place this huge, this important, this full of life and history just get erased? How does the very river that gave it life now threaten to wash it all away? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore. To really get the scale of this, we have to rewind the clock. Back in 1891, Majuli was enormous. We're talking 1,250 square kilometers. It wasn't just an island, it was a sprawling kingdom, thriving in the middle of the mighty Brahmaputra River. Okay, now fast forward to today. That massive island has shrunk to just around 352 square kilometers. More than two-thirds of it gone, just washed away. And this isn't some slow, gentle process. It's a relentless, catastrophic loss happening year after year. So that really sets the stage for our story. You've got this one-of-a-kind civilization in a constant, desperate struggle for survival against one of the most powerful rivers on the planet. It's a battle for land for sure, but it's also a battle for its very soul. And to truly understand what's at stake, we need to go back in time, way back to the 16th century, and meet a visionary saint scholar named Srimanta Sankardeva. This is the man who single-handedly transformed this island into the cultural and spiritual heart of the entire region. And what's so incredible is how fast he did it. Think about this. In just 14 years on the island, he met his most important follower, he set up the very first monastery, or Satra as they're called, and he basically laid the groundwork for a cultural renaissance that's been going strong for 500 years. The key was the philosophy he introduced, this thing called Ekasarana Dharma, and it was absolutely revolutionary for its time. It preached a direct, personal connection to God. It got rid of all the complicated rituals and, crucially, the rigid caste system. It made faith something for everyone. So this new faith, of course, needed a home. And that's where the Satras come in. And you have to understand, these aren't some dusty old museums. They are vibrant, living, breathing centers of art, music, and spirituality that have kept Sankadeva's legacy alive for centuries. This quote just nails it. They really are like self-sufficient little villages. At one point, there were 65 of them, but today, because of the river's constant erosion, only 22 are left. Each one is a precious hub for everything from prayer and philosophy to dance and drama. And the diversity within these satras is just incredible. I mean, take Samaguri Satra. For 350 years, they've been making these breathtaking masks for sacred plays. Masks so powerful, they're considered too sacred to ever be sold. Then you go over to Anyadi Satra, and they're famous for this sky lamp ceremony, a tradition that has never, ever been broken in 370 years, not once. Not to mention their own unique classical dances. But the Satras are just one part of Majuli's story. The island is also home to the missing people, its largest indigenous community, and their traditions are literally woven into the fabric of this unique environment. This is where you really see how missing culture is a perfect reflection of Majuli itself. It's this incredible fusion of land and faith. Their biggest festival mixes ancient animist beliefs with the newer Vaishnava traditions. Their dances can only be performed on the river's floodplains. Even their textiles tell the island's story, with patterns showing the wetlands that are disappearing. It's a culture that simply cannot be separated from its home. And if you want proof of that connection, look no further than Apong, their sacred rice beer. Every single step is tied to the island. They use a unique black rice that only grows there. The clay pots are made from river silt. And then, get this, the elders actually use the fermentation bubbles to predict how bad the coming monsoon floods will be. It's like an ecological oracle. So now that we've seen this incredible depth of culture, art, and history, it all comes back to that one terrifying question. With everything we've just seen at stake, can this island, can its soul, actually be saved? This is the modern battle for Majuli, laid out plain and simple. On one side, you have the threats. The land is vanishing, which puts the entire culture at risk of extinction. And of course, there's the economic strain of being so isolated. On the other side, the solutions people are fighting for. Building up embankments to hold back the river, getting a UNESCO World Heritage nomination to protect the culture, and a new bridge planned for 2026 to finally connect the island to the mainland. At the end of the day, the fight for Majuli is about so much more than saving a piece of geography on a map. It's about preventing the total erasure of a 500-year-old living library, a place that's a testament to art, to faith, and to the incredible resilience of the human spirit. Which leaves us with a final, kind of haunting question. A culture is born from a place. Traditions are tied to a landscape. So if the physical island of Majuli is finally swallowed by the river, where does its irreplaceable soul go? What is lost to the world forever?